Even though we are past the 20th anniversary of Harry Potter and all that kind of stuff, Harry Potter and the Wizarding World is still a very hot topic lately. It's been up and bantied around a bunch. Everything from, there've been reports coming out that the next Fantastic Beasts movie has probably been shelved, but we got David Zaslav saying they are very interested in Harry Potter. We've got this big Harry Potter game, the Wizarding World called, Hogwarts Legacy, coming out in 2 days, I think.
Yep.
And, the reviews on that one have been really soft. The world of Harry Potter is still extremely popular. If you want to get a little bit of a sense of how popular, go to the third biggest movie market in the world, our friends in Japan. And according to the Netflix charts in Japan, Harry Potter movies, and if we scroll down a little bit there, Jonathan, a little bit more, Harry Potter movies take up 8 of the top 10 spots and have been in those top 10 spots for 6 weeks, 6 weeks, 5 weeks, 5 weeks, 6 weeks, 5 weeks, 5 weeks, 5 weeks. The third biggest movie market in the world loves Harry Potter, man.
Yeah, but John, number one, Hell Dogs in the House of Bamboo. What the hell's that?
I mean, that is a very Japanese film.
And Cube, is that a remake? Is that a Japanese remake?
It is another, I don't
Good
think
Canadian
it's
kids original movie.
I'm sure, but I don't think it's a remake of the original film. I think it's just another movie called Cube, but 8 of the top 10 spots.
It's astonishing.
In the third biggest movie market in the world.
Did it just get dropped? Did they just get dropped on?
Well, even if it did, it'd been on there, like, again, it's been on the chart for 6 weeks, 6 weeks, 5 weeks, 5 weeks, 6 weeks, 6 weeks. Like
Wow.
it's just kind of crazy.
Look at the ratings. People love Harry Potter.
Oh, people love.
Not so much Hell Dogs or Cube.
People love Harry. No, remember, those little dashes represent the number of weeks they've been on there.
Yeah, I guess so.
That's why the number one, the one that's on 1 week has the 1 dash. But, I mean, it kind of raises the question. Like, I saw this statistic. A friend of mine sent me these statistics today, and it raised, again, the pyre of this, that, how inevitable, like, I think at this point we are beyond, will somebody find a way, particularly at Warner Brothers, will somebody find a way to continue on the Harry Potter franchise? It's no longer a question. Now it's an inevitability. Yeah. Now the only question becomes, what form will this take? I mean, we go all the way back to last year when when HBO Max put out that incredibly beautiful, moving Harry Potter 20th anniversary special, which even non-Potterheads like me watched and got emotional.
I agree.
My wife, Anne, the opening credits for that Harry Potter HBO 20th anniversary special, the opening credits were playing. I'm watching the TV and all of a sudden I hear sniff, sniff. And I look over at my wife laying on the other side of the couch and she's got waterfalls, like tears pouring down her face. This is a franchise that is very, very special to people. A lot of people grew up with it, whatever. So we go all the way from that to obviously the enduring popularity of it. So Rob, at this point, the only question is, do they do prequel, sequel, spinoff? Which way do they go here? Now we got a game coming out that is a very early prequel. So it's going back, I think it's like over 100 years. There's no real direct connection to the characters. We could go sequel, which would be, pick up either with or without the original cast. Obviously, in an ideal world, you pick up with the original cast. Or you do another attempt at a spinoff, which is basically what Fantastic Beasts was. It was a little bit prequel, a little bit spinoff. I did an Ask Me Anything last night, and one of our viewers suggested to me, they said, I don't know that you really absolutely need to have Ron, Hermione, and Harry so much as you need to have Hogwarts. And I disagreed. I said, I think stories find their anchors more in the characters. But I do think if you did a spinoff that was centered around Hogwarts, because that is pretty much a living, breathing character in the world of Harry. It's a constant in the world of Harry Potter. I think that spinoff would be more successful than, say, Fantastic Beasts was, which not only was all new characters, it was all new locations. It wasn't really anchored to Hogwarts. We've got this game coming out. But anyway, Rob, if we're in agreement that more Harry Potter or the Wizarding World is an inevitability, do you think the approach is prequel, sequel, spinoff? What do you think?
Well, first of all, these Japanese listings prove that Harry Potter is truly an international phenomenon, which is maybe not a phenomenon, but it's beloved the world over. And that's what makes it such a valuable franchise. Another thing that it has going for it that I think the Fantastic Beasts movies didn't is that the original Harry Potter story is a story about, it's a rite of passage. It's a coming of age tale, and you've got these three friends, all human beings grow up and they all have that. So it's going to be eternally interesting to every generation. That's why it's already endured the better part of 30 years. The films have been around for 20, books before that. So it's an incredible franchise. So here's my thing. I think obviously everybody would like to see a sequel series. And I think that Top Gun Maverick proves that if your creativity, if the creators know what they're doing.
Never thought I'd wake up today thinking about comparisons between Harry Potter and Top Gun, but it's an appropriate analogy.
People grow up.
Oh, wait till you bring up Star Trek.
But I think that's what Star Trek, by the way, is that I'm wearing my Terry Trek shirt today in honor of the premiere tomorrow. But the thing about the Hogwarts Legacy game that I think should not be slept on is, to me, it's a proof of concept to do a Hogwarts origin series. I mean, if you wanted to go the Dickensian route and make set in the Victorian era, the late 1800s or something, or mid 1800s in England, or I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. Like, how interesting would it be? Like, how far back does Hogwarts go? And because it's so popular in Japan, what if a young samurai came to Hogwarts? No, I'm just saying somebody from Japan.
Okay.
During the Tokugawa shogunate era or something, depending on how old Hogwarts is. But I think Hogwarts Legacy is they're going to be looking at this game very, very closely. And if it becomes a worldwide hit, I would not be surprised if they launch, it'd be like Knights of the Old Republic, but at Hogwarts. That could be something very cool. And it could also be international.
Well, and don't forget, too, to add on to the international angle of it, Hogwarts isn't the only school.
Right.
So there are other schools out there that maybe they could delve into. Although I think the emotional hook is still Hogwarts, but maybe Hogwarts in relation to one of the other schools.
Yeah, and wouldn't it be interesting, why aren't the other schools featured? Maybe there was a schism.
Well, they are a little bit. You remember there's the tournament where all the different schools come in.
Yes, but I mean, maybe something happened. Like, maybe there's why is it, or there's different kinds of magic. Like, maybe there's an Indian, like a Hindu school or something that has, in India, that has different forms of magic, and maybe, I don't know,
But Edward Mega is saying, what if Hogwarts is in Japan and Godzilla shows up? There's a movie for you.
Well, I'm just saying, with the Japanese loving Harry Potter, why not have a Japanese student in the 1800s traveling to learn magic to take back home?
Sounds a little bit like Warrior on HBO now.
I'm just saying, it's only one student. It's part of the international. I don't know.
I'm not dissing
and
on
remember,
the idea.
John, nothing isn't made better with the proper application of ninjas makes everything that
absolutely
much
does.
cooler.
It's science.
It is science.
It's just science.
It is science.
All right, guys, question is for you. What do you think about this? I mean, in Japan, like the third biggest movie market in the world, 8 of the top 10 movie spots are all Harry Potter films. But we've been talking a lot about Harry Potter lately. The something about this franchise, there's a Star Wars quality to it that it is enduring decade after decade at this point. What do you think it is? What further approach do you think they should take moving forward with this stuff? Do you think the success or lack of success of the upcoming video game is going to have a lot to do with it? Whatever you guys think, jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. With HelloFresh, you get farm-fresh, pre-portioned ingredients and seasonal recipes delivered right to your doorstep. Skip trips to the grocery store and count on HelloFresh to make home cooking easy, fun, and affordable. And that's why it's America's #1 meal kit. Guys, it's the new year. Do you remember those New Year's goals you promised yourself you'd stick to? HelloFresh is here to help you eat better by delivering fresh ingredients and easy recipes right to your door, taking the hassle out of dinner time. Looking for an easy way to eat well and save money? Cut back on expensive takeout and delivery and get started with HelloFresh. You'll love how fast, easy, and affordable it is to whip up a restaurant-quality meal right in your own kitchen. My wife Ann and I have been constantly impressed by HelloFresh. Not only how absolutely delicious the food is, but how easy it is to prepare and how much fun we have doing it. Go to HelloFresh.com/Campea65 and use the code Campea65 for 65
65% off plus free shipping. That's HelloFresh.com/Campea65 and use the promo code Campea65 for 65% off plus free shipping. HelloFresh, America's #1 meal kit.